Okay, there. We told about the rowdy bar scene kind of part of Orleans, up above Hoopa there. But the other side is the Indians. Anytime you go to logging towns, the bar crowd tends to be a little rowdy, don't matter what they are, who they are. But when we go to New Orleans, or to Orleans, not New Orleans, and we know that the families there are fantastic. Very open, very friendly. In Orleans, that whole entire area, there are big secret recipes for smoked salmon, and they give it to you by the handloads, handfuls. Each one proud of their different variation of their recipe for smoking salmon. So, just want to make this here segment to add a few more things to our work experience up there. That's rather unusual. And we had our days when we was ornery. And mostly I was totally innocent. John still thought I was ornery, if you can believe that. You know, I was a pretty sweet kind of guy. Anyways, we got up there, and I worked for Glenbrook, and I loaded logs and logged and did all kinds of things. And I built road. You just take a cat and make a spur road or something. So when I went up to Orleans, I was foreman over the road job. And I go, wow, I was kind of scared. I didn't know how to read a stake or anything. So ain't that complicated. I've never done it. So there we are. And I get up to Orleans, and the first thing we're supposed to do, we got a cat, and we meet the Forest Service engineer. All right, all well and good. So I go over there and look at them stakes, and I can tell where there's a cut and a fill. Well, I was probably standing on one of the longest unbroken ridges I ever stood on, short of South Fork Mountain. But this ridge I was going to build this road on was right along the top. No big thing at all. You just do it. And I looked down there, and for some reason it showed a 50-foot cut and a 65-foot fill. And I'm going, what is that? Well, it was a great spirit helping me out. Because I went over to that. I mean, I could tell I was wrong. So I went over to that engineer, and I said, man, you got to look at these stakes and let me know what's going on here, you know. So he reads them all and describes what he's doing as he goes, and he just taught me to read the stakes. Okay, over that hump. He says, you know what? We're going with computers now to build these roads instead of engineering them in person, and they're not coming out right. He says, if you want, what you need to do here is just hold grade. Well, that's what I did all my life. You just learn to hold grade. And that's easy. You don't need the stakes. Just start your cut line and keep your road level, and that's holding grade. So we did that. And that all worked out pretty well, and we got to be friends with this guy, you know. We worked on this road, and since nobody was going to haul on it, we was just going to build it, and eventually they would log there. So we had big logs, though, to haul out of there, huge logs. And we got to be friends with this engineer, and then he worked for the Forest Service, but his wife run the only little motel there in Orleans, hung on the side of the mountain. And so it was a pretty nice little place. Had a swimming pool and a kitchen area around it, and gazebo. I'm big, you know what I mean? You could be in there in foul weather. So we get more corn and we start building this road. And if you're not going to haul on it or anything, you don't water it so it powders out. So we're going with about good 8-10 inches of just pure dust. Well, dust like that acts like water. So you say, if you push it with a cat or a loader, it goes right out in front of you like water and ripples and goes over whatever, goes to every low spot. So anyway, aside from that, one day we come to work and we got about a mile of this road roughed in, we look down there and holy mackerel, there's this big dust cloud going on. We went, what in the heck's down there on the road, So, looked like some kid spinning donuts or hookers in his car and what have you, So we go, oh man, that's something. We're just going to go see. We're curious. And we come around this core. Well, that's how old bears get rid of fleas and ticks, is they'll cover themselves with that dust and suffocate them. Well, ain't no bear over there ain't seen dust like that. This is like the gold mine of dust. So he's just giving it with both hands, and man, he's putting it on. And I mean, making a cloud, and we get right up to him before he spots us. And he could have kicked our butt, except he didn't know we was coming. We scared him, shocked him. Down over the bank we went. And like I say, that country's steep down there, and we hear this crunch, bang, crunch. Because he's rolling, he can't run that place. He's rolling, and he's hitting trees and breaking them. And finally, don't know he's stopping. He was way down there, so I guess he got away. I don't know where he found up, but he probably had to have some cuts and bruises on him. But now as time goes along, IEC Road goes up from Orleans up towards the coast. Don't quite make it. Well, we're going off of the top of that, kind of south with a spur road for logging, kind of southwest. So we got to go up IEC Road. Well, they decide they're going to pave it and all this and improve it. So we're working up there. Well, one thing we do, me and Sal got to work up there all week. Then we decide Friday night we're going home. We're ready to go home, So off that road we pour. I mean, we got all the speeding tickets we deserved. We should be in jail for life. It's just, we headed for Redding. It's 3 hours. So we're doing that every week. Things are going along pretty good, and all of a sudden we hear this, they're paving. So it's Friday night. We finally get off work, and we head down that road, and we're going to go home, and bang. We get stopped right here. Guys come back to us and says, we're trying to finish up, so we're not going to pull off and let you guys by. You're going to have about 3 hours wait here. But 3 hours? Holy shit. Friday night, sitting in that pickup with John, I've been staring at him all week. He's got the pretty view, he's got me. So anyway, I'd say, you know what? So we talked to the other guy over there paving and come back there, he said, yeah, it's going to be 3 hours. He just verified everything. I said, oh, good. I said, well, this is down the long hill, see. I said, well, I hope you guys, I said, man, but there's a logging truck coming down there and his brakes are on fire. I said, so you want to be ready for him, be able to get out of the road quick, Well, you can't with a paver. And I didn't think he ever would get out of the road. But a runaway truck with a load of logs on coming. And he thought that over for a minute, and he said, okay, we're going to let that truck by. You guys get on through here out of the way, and we're going to let that truck by before we come back and start. So we went by, and we was on our way to Redding. on Friday night like we're supposed to. And I don't know how long they waited for that logging truck before they realized they got taken, but they did. So we go home, all that, we come back, and then all of a sudden now, this engineer decides to invite us home. We got to be fair friends working together. And so they're going to take us home to dinner and fix a nice dinner and all that going on. So we go up there and we say, we're polishing up that night, you know, it takes a little time. They had almost every place you worked, they had a place to pull to fill a water truck. They had 10, 12-inch water spout coming right out of the tank, and you had a chain you pulled to fill your truck. Well, we'd get under that ourselves and take a shower. Push, you talk about a shower. And right out of the heart of the Coast Range Springs, cold. But we got clean. So we're back up at our little trailer now, picking out our Johnny class stuff, our cleanest dirty shirt side of thing. And I get all polished up with my shirt and pants on, you know. John's sitting on the couch over there, and I go, geez, John, we're going to the man's house, and his wife fixed a nice dinner, and you're going like that. Well, due to untimely times when you don't have toilet paper or you wear your shorts out, you know, so we're kind of running without an inner gasket there, you know. And I look over there in the crotches out of his Levi's and his junk's hanging out, and I said, Jesus, John, go over in the mirror and look at yourself. So he said, oh, yeah, you're right. Geez. So he go find another pair of pants, got a crotch in them, you know, and so he come back. He go, yes, look who's talking. I looked down, same story. So I find some new laundry, and we get ourselves squared away for going to his home. So we go to his home, little sweet wife, and nice dinner, and she's proud to do it, and everything was really nice, you know, a little drink there. Oh man, it was nice. It was a good domestic thing. And he said, hey guys, pool's right over there. So we walk out on his deck, and all this is on a cliff, everything in that country is. Look way down there. Ooh, now there it is. There's a pool, a kitchen, a big covering, you know. Yeah, I could call it a gazebo, but a damn big one, you know. Man, this is just fantastic. And you guys go ahead and jump in. We say, you know what? We don't have no swimsuits with us. He goes, nah, just go in your clothes. So me and John go down there. Well, we don't want to go in our clothes. I don't know why, because that's how we wash them sometimes. But anyway, so off they came. In the water we went. They're swimming around in there, and did I mention this was a motel? Well, there wasn't enough room to stack motel rooms all over the property. They went along the highway like everything else did, which means they was up on the bank just above the pool. So here this guy comes down, got 3 beers. He's going to come down swimming. On the way down, he flipped the switch, and the whole pool's lighted from the inside. It's like we're in a fishbowl, man, like we're guppies or something. Naked as a jaybird, and everybody comes out on them decks. Every one of them hotel rooms, that little bitty deck they could come out on and look, and they're all standing there looking down at us, and we're porpoising around down there without any laundry on. Holy mackerel, and there's no place to hide. If you get out of the water, it's just as bright as in the water. So we finally managed a couple of towels and this and that, and the commotion dies down. So that was that event. Always it was something like that. I'm pretty sure it was always Salgado's fault, but it was always something like that. Had to be his fault, but So then that's, I told you the domestic side of this is back to leave a good thought with the Indian families, because beautiful, friendly, historic, give you, if you needed something, you had it. That's the way it is give. They give, they were used to taking care of each other and this and that, and if we wasn't there trying to make them out as fools or what have you, they'd be right there with you. Kind of most entertaining, kind people, and telling the bar stories is like bar stories. I don't care if you're the saint. A few years later, you're 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and a good preacher, and you know how to make $1 million. You just never done it. That's bar crowd. So I got to make sure to always differentiate the bar crowd from the family, friends, and stuff, because anybody that gets in the bar crowd long enough gets a little goofy. And so I never compare that with the general population. Been there plenty of myself, been goofy plenty of myself. Had some dandies. And so Orleans, that job's wrapping up, and I don't see no other stories out of there that have any merit. That one was one that was kind of funny, being true and all. So we're going to leave that there, and we're going to leave a good thought with Guppy and the rest of the Indians up there, and say, see you next segment.